Hello everybody, Aiden here, and welcome back to another video here on the Around the Slice Entertainment YouTube channel. I am back to give you my review and discussion for the newest episode of the Night of the Seven Kingdoms, that being episode 3 that just released tonight on HBO and HBO Max, as we like to do every Sunday night. Hit that like and subscribe button so you can be a part of these discussions every Sunday night with us, and comment down below what you think of this show so far. So right off the bat, big general takeaway for me, at least personally, this was a big egg driven episode. The Squire. This is a big egg focused episode, if you will. A lot of the story followed Egg as a character. We got a lot of background on Egg as a character, which I personally thought was sorely needed, because in episode 1 we were introduced to a couple weeks ago, we were introduced to a lot of different characters and storylines, maybe too much to count at times. In episode 2 last week, we obviously saw the background on Sir Aaron of Pennytree at the beginning of last week's episode, and how he had a pre-established relationship with Sir Dunk there. So that was good. But Egg was his squire, and he was interesting on a surface level, but I feel like we were lacking background on him. And to see basically a whole dedicated episode to his character and character development is really well done. And then we get to that ending, the big needle drop, the big reveal, if you will, that Egg is a Targaryen. Now this show is really getting going. Because I'm not saying that I dislike the show. I thought last week's episode was awesome, but I needed more plot. I needed more substance. And I was struggling to see really the point of this story. The point of this show is a true Game of Thrones spinoff, and I think Egg being revealed to be a Targaryen at the end of this third episode, at the end of this week's episode, will be a big plot point going forward in the episodes to come. So I think that will kind of propel the plot going forward, because I was struggling to see, okay, what's the plot of this? I need some more substance before this episode. But obviously the substance going forward, if you will be Egg and his relationship and how he's a Targaryen now. But really nice egg driven and egg focused episode, if you will. Next, the whole theme and tone of this episode, I really enjoyed. The comedic flair is fun. Episode 1 was a bit too lighthearted and comedic for me, for my taste, personal taste, rather. Episode 2 last week, I thought was an awesome blend of lightheartedness in the first episode, and then serious tones in the back half of the episode. But from front to back, the whole 30 minutes, which I really enjoyed these more focused stories, as I've been saying throughout this whole journey, if you will. From front to back, this was the most intense and serious episode of the 3 by far. I felt it had the most urgency. It had the most intense moments. It reminded me most of Game of Thrones in terms of its serious themes and tones specifically. I really enjoyed this episode thematically and tonally, as well as a whole. And yeah, man, I thought this episode was great. I don't think this discussion here is going to be too long for me tonight, just because I think the episode, only 30 minutes, it wasn't intended to be this big expansive story. I think it was a precursor for what's to come, and they dropped that Egg being a Targaryen reveal at the end, and that will propel the plot going forward. That's what we're going to focus on going forward, and I love a whole Egg episode. My only slight nitpick, I guess I'm adding at the last minute here, is I wish we got more established relationships. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely adore and love the budding relationship between the Knight and the Squire, Sir Dunk and Egg as a whole. That budding relationship is sweet and wholesome and awesome to see. I wish we went more in depth and got introduced to some more characters. But yeah, man, there were some intense scenes in this week's episode. There was some dark shit going on in the jousting scene, in the back half of the episode, towards the last 5 minutes or so. You could really feel the intensity. You could really feel the urgency ramp up, specifically and mainly. So, yeah, that was really cool to see. My only slight nitpick is I wish we got introduced to other storylines, other relationships, but other than just Egg and Sir Dunk. Don't get me wrong. Again, I love that budding relationship, but I want to see these characters interact with some other important namesake characters as well. But Egg being a Targaryen is clearly going to be a big ass deal. So, yeah. Anyways, a bit short discussion tonight, but a 30-minute episode. It didn't have to do too much. It didn't overstay its welcome. I felt like it was a nice palate cleanser, if you will, for what's to come with the big reveal at the end. I keep saying that, but I think palate cleanser captures it perfectly. Calm before the storm, if you will, but there was still some dark shit going on with the jousting scenes and stuff. So the lighthearted stuff, I could take it or leave it, but the dark shit, yeah, okay. Now we're talking. So, in my opinion, so yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna give this show. I'm gonna give episode 3 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. A slight nitpick of the other established relationships. We'll get to that down the road, I'm sure. The plot is finally getting in full swing. The reveal at the end. It felt like OG Game of Thrones in terms of like serious tones. Obviously, nothing's gonna be as serious and gut wrenching as that, but serious tones, classic jousting and fighting scenes, big reveals at the end, classic Game of Thrones through and through. I felt like it gave us the most elements out of the 3 of that so far. So 10 out of 10 for episode 3 of The Night of the Seven Kingdoms on HBO and HBO Max, entitled The Squire. Big egg episode per the title. So 10 out of 10. Let me know down in the comments below. What did you think? What are you enjoying this show so far? For me, it's just steadily gotten better. Episode 1 was Episode 2 was very good. And episode 3 this week, I think, was perfect. A precursor for what's to come, if you will. You can follow me on Twitter /X at A113. We react to movie news. We react to TV show news. Promote the channel. Anything you guys want to see, let me know over there. Please like and subscribe. Share this video and channel with anyone and everyone you know. It would be greatly appreciated. Help me out a ton. And yeah, man, I just really enjoyed. I'm really enjoying this show. And this week was, I thought, true Game of Thrones vibes, if you will. So yeah, I will see you. Oh, before I forget, I always forget this. I want to promote some things coming out. So obviously, we always have fun and exciting and new ideas coming out in this channel around the Fliss Entertainment per se. But for regularly scheduled programming, you can expect every Sunday night, just like tonight, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms on HBO and HBO Max, and also on HBO and HBO Max every Thursday night, The Pit. HBO's crushing those 2 shows right now, and then a few days from now, early this week, I'm going to be giving you my review for all 8 episodes of Wonder Man on Disney Plus. I still have to finish some episodes here and there, but yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it. Enjoy your night. I'd love to discuss the show more down in the comments below with you and get more expansive takes on it from you all. Thank you for the support as always. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.